Yo, 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 what up, what up?
Alright.
I thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for tuning in. If y'all ain't new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe. Go ahead and subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in. I thank y'all for tuning in. How y'all doing? What's up? What's up? What's up? Waiting for more people to join in. I ain't really been on this jump though recently. I've been kind of focused on other things, and I'm sorry for that. It's been probably like a good week. Weeks be feeling like months though. I shouldn't have just not been up here for like a whole week. But I was busy doing stuff and everything, trying to focus and get right. I'm supposed to have a show tomorrow. I'm gotta go live for that. I ain't even practiced though. All last week I knew I had a show, did a bunch of practicing I could. But on the week of, I ain't even practiced. I ain't even attempt to practice. I ain't even listen to the song. I sent them the files late. I was like, bro, what the fuck? But I had other things going on, so I can say that there was things popping up. You feel me? But I have not been on live for a while. I haven't been on live. I just been posting AI songs on my shit and watching the hate that pop up on it, which is something I never understand. Like, if one person, the first person, when I started posting songs as just AI versions, the first person to comment said they love me, they appreciate me for what the song said, and they said the song made them feel better. 40 people after randomly told me that the song was trash, rubbish, and they hate it. I asked every person why. Every person said the reason why they didn't like the song was because, well, here's the top reason. They didn't like the AI song I did because it was Drake. I'm not Drake. I'm like, they didn't like the song though because it was Drake. But it's not because it wasn't created by Drake. Not because it was created by Drake, because it won't. I made the song. They didn't like it because the idea of the song was something about Drake. Even though Drake did not think about the song or endorse putting this song out, because I did. I made it. I just put his AI voice over it. They didn't like it because the idea of Drake. I can't even respect that. So I was like, all right, cool. But, because shit, nigga, he has nothing to do with it. He literally, I was one thing if he was in the studio, it's like, damn, I mean, I feel you. But I'm not really supporting nothing by him. I just threw the AI on it because it's common sense. Pick one of the AIs that is one of the still most listened to artists. I ain't the one that made him on Billboard. I ain't the one that still listened to him. So why you click it? That's the first I be thinking. I'm like, why'd you click it? The people that clicked it are saying it's trash because it's Drake. Clicked it because they're in tune to what Drake do. I'm like, bro, I don't know what the fuck Drake do. I didn't know he dropped hella songs until I did that shit. I didn't know he had like 4 or 3 songs released after Not Like Us and shit. But another reason people said they didn't like the AI songs was they said they don't like the autotune, which I never respect people that say they don't like autotune. Because, like, bro, if you don't like autotune, then I hope that you only listen to genres that don't use autotune. Because if you do listen to genres that use autotune a lot, I don't like the discrimination on upcoming niggas or new niggas, and you be like, I don't like the autotune because why they using autotune with a talent. Niggas legit got themselves stumped on for being in a crowd for an artist that only uses autotune. Niggas died at a concert by a nigga that only uses autotune. So I never understand why a person would come and hear a song and be like, man, this don't track. Just hear it and completely write it off because of autotune. Because I don't know where they live. I'm like, yo, you must not live on Earth. It's just the only thing that makes sense because why is your consistent, I don't like autotune even there when everybody do it, bro? It's like, it's something that kind of grow in the sense of, well, you just sound like you're Amish after a while because it's like if you don't like autotune, you like, nah, where's the natural sound? Where's the real talent? The real talent isn't the part that you're trying to. It's kind of like you want to hate. It's like you want to bash something, so you pick that. I don't think anybody that uses autotune is actually trying to sell that they use autotune great. Maybe T-Pain being one of the first person to use it, but no, I don't think Future or any of them niggas is trying to sell that. I think what they're trying to sell is the image and the sound of what they're trying to say. You feel me? Because that's why I think also niggas get mad. Niggas really think they can put autotune on their voice and just do the same thing. No, you can't do the same thing all the time. Some people good at mimicking other people's voices, but you can't really just put autotune on your voice and sound good. There's niggas that put autotune on their voice and still sound crazy. But that's some reason why people say they don't like that joint. I mean, that shit don't make sense to me, bro. The autotune is up there for a reason, bro. The shit is added to niggas everybody's type song, bro. Like, I don't understand how a person could go listen to a famous artist and be like, hey man, this song got so much pain to hit my heart. And then they listen to another nigga that's just not known and be like, bro, turn this auto-tune trash off. I I never understand that. I never understand that. It really makes me believe that they're just on the side of a hating. Cause I'm like, bro, you gotta look at it like everybody fucking does it. You unless if you truly listen to R&B, just R&B, old R&B, old. It got to be old because new R&B got it. It got to be old R&B and maybe like a couple country type songs and pop type songs. You'll run into a lot of singers that are naturally singing. The thing is, if they're not heavy into just pop, sometimes they'll do other genres and they'll just add autotune on. It ain't my fault that Drake is the nigga that mixed it. So it's like shit, you'll hear a rap song with autotune, you be like, nah, this pop, this nigga can't sing. It's not pop. It's not. You know what I mean? And I sometimes I be thinking that'd be racist. I be swearing. I'd be like, maybe it's just a white person saying they don't like it and they just tired of. But I'm like, nah, bro. White people really love Lil Wayne, bro. And Lil Wayne is actually the idea of the least likely person to succeed at using autotune, but still has success. He does not use autotune good all the time. In fact, the best song he used with autotune is "How to Love." He was trash on autotune for a minute. Nigga did not have no good really autotune sounding Jones, but it was just like you just like how Wayne, you just like Wayne. After so long, you was like, fuck it, this nigga say whatever. I want that cab, you was a prostitute. And like niggas, you don't even like niggas saying whatever sometimes. It's like, bro, that song is about falling in love with a prostitute, bro. Get the fuck out of here. And then niggas wonder why we in a generation talking about simp this, simp that, why you shouldn't do this and all this and that and everything. Bro, niggas told you to fall in love with prostitutes. I mean, if that's your prostitute, it's one thing, but just because you got sex with her, bro, nah. Anyway, yeah, I'm off the top. Then, another reason was already if I didn't put a gun to my mouth yet, if I didn't hang myself yet, you really think I'd give a fuck about a comment about a part of myself that I've lived with multiple years? Me trying to drop a song on an AI type version is some new shit. So I'm like, okay, let me see what they say and react to it to a point where it's like I'm gonna tell people why I don't understand it. But even when it comes to my teeth, like, bro, hey man, at the end of the day, I got a girl that sucked my dick, ride my dick, and shit, bro. It's really not that deep. Like, shit, some famous motherfuckers dead ass got teeth just like this. Using it. You feel me? And that's what I started to realize. I realized that niggas just hate celebrities sometimes. That's what made me think I'm gonna be a celebrity because I'm like, bro, I listen to a song, right? And this person dead ass look like a trash nigga. like when I say trash nigga, I hate to judge people, but this nigga dead ass look like a degenerate. Like, bro, what the fuck, bro? Like, everything a nigga try to just say on me, it look like that another person in it right there. Or the shit just ain't different. There ain't nothing different. There ain't no perspective change. And everybody be in a comment saying, "Oh, this jump fire, this jump fire." Maybe just because it was like the first 3 comments said it was fire. Sometimes I think that, but everybody in the comments saying it's fire. That's when I realized, bro, niggas don't like themselves, bro. Niggas don't like themselves, bro. You think I sit with my teeth across from a person with straight teeth and really be like, damn, man, it's the teeth? Nah, it's whatever I believe. You know, there was a point in my life where I was low, but my mind was the best. I was probably low, but my mind was the best. I was walking up on groups of girls in 6s, 8s. Regardless if they was fucking with me, I was like, shit, you don't fuck with me? What about your friend? Oh, you don't fuck with me? And what about you, baby? Like literally in the same moment, and they like looking at me like, oh, he just think he caught. And then they be like, all right, whatever, cool. I went through this group. Let me go over to the 8s, which is right across. Because y'all 10s was bullshit. Let me go to the 8s that look just as pretty and let y'all see me do this shit. Buck teeth and all. Shorty be in my face saying you got buck teeth. I'm like, let me put on your pussy. Just because I felt good about myself. If you are seeing differences in another person, you don't feel good about yourself. If you really go and tell somebody something about their teeth or something, I hate to see what yours look like, bro. I hate to see what you surrounded by, if anything. Because from me going to places that I didn't know people and actually speaking to people that I didn't know face to face, I realized sometimes you can get close with a lot of people by accepting what's wrong with you at that moment, right? And not caring what's wrong with them. You feel me? You be quick how I accept it like shit. If you just not caring about what you think about your opinion of yourself and not caring how another person is. You feel me? I think about it like this. This is a fucked up way of explaining it, but think about it like this. Diddy is going to jail, right? And he did a lot of fucked up shit. But look how much notoriety he had. Look at the position that Diddy got in. Diddy didn't get in that position just probably because he fucked people. Like, bro, like legit for him to get in that position, he probably just knew a lot of these other people was doing that shit anyway. You feel me? The reason why I don't care so much about the Diddy case is because I know this nigga ain't the first. I know he's not the, like, he might be what they want to make be the ringleader. He might through the parties, but shit, Nick, this nigga did not tie and drag half them motherfuckers there. He didn't, and not every one of them had a contract with him. So, I think like that. Let's look at it like I'm the star right now on this live. With me being a star, it's a sense of you can go and be like, hey, damn, this dude got teeth, this dude, everything this dude, this that come out, this whatever I create and show y'all can go and be like, it's trash, good, whatever. It's the worst thing, it's the destruction to the world. You can paint me as the enemy or whatever. But what you're not going to really do is just sit back and be like, hey, man, I really noticed how his seats look like a car that I had or I used to drive in or I had a friend that used to drive in and everything. Or he sounds like this person that I know and this person that I know came into my life without me ever meeting this dude. You're not going to try to connect all the plugs to be like, yo, damn, we're the same in the type of sense and everything, right? You're just going to come all different. You're going to notice all different. When they give you the ringleader, you're going to hit the ringleader with so much, oh, you shouldn't be like this, you shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do this. When don't realize that person is probably created of a collective of 13 other motherfuckers just like him. Now, you can wait for changes between people and everything, but I just sit back and be like, hey, bro, at the end of the day, hey, he's doing surgery on the blunt. That's tough. Go ahead. I just be like, at the end of the day, bro, I just go for the things that I want to do as I tell everybody else. I'm like, shit, bro, you sitting in the back calling, call somebody a monster and word. when Kanye West told y'all niggas shit, niggas don't even jump on tables and scream in restaurants because they know they're gonna get looked at as what the fuck is you doing. But we come on internet and we say all the shit that we want to say to people on just in a comment, but knowing that we won't be like that in the same sense. Cause I'm talking about on the negative aspect. Cause we won't even be like that in person most of the time. You feel me? And like I said, I said earlier, I posted so many songs with AI remixes and everything, good songs that I had sleeping. And for all the comments saying it's trash, was saying it for the same reason of either they don't like that it's AI, they don't like that it's Drake, and they said it's generic. Do you know what generic means, bro? You know, people say generic as it's an insult. But do you know what generic is? People call my music generic a lot. But then I'm like, do you know what I rap about? Like, to call my shit generic, do you know what I rap about, nigga? And I'd be like, yo, you over here really. At first, I was like, bro, like, they really trying to disrespect me. But then I'm like, they don't know how they complimented me. My music is the human experience. I try to make my music like if it's a Bible. I literally make my music with the idea of me, but I only try to throw it in as a, how can I spin this to be like I'm walking in the Jesus story in my own way? Telling my story, but letting people know that I am playing the Jesus character. Letting people know when I say something about a Bible verse of a person, being like this 2000, these 2000, when I said in the song I made in 2022, these 2022 scriptures, these AKs we made for Goliath. 2022 scriptures, these AKs I made for Goliath. What was I trying to interpret? Goliath went against a giant with a slingshot. Not that we just got new weapons for giants. Goliath took a slingshot and defeated something that he was scared of. That was a giant taller than him, something that was higher than what his eyes could view him being. That's what a lot of people nowadays do. You get a kid coming out of high school or a dropout, they get an AR-15. The AR-15 helps them feel the type of way on how they can take down giants in their life. So 2022 scripture, the AKs before Goliath. Like, hitting young niggas that you like supposed to like, oh, let them grow to be more of an adult, be more of a man, come out AR, AK. So it's law. It's like you can do that in America. And they get it because they got a Goliath they afraid of. Them niggas either, sometimes they get in it because of influence, but most of the time they get in it because they got somebody they scared of. These AKs before Goliath. I mean, half these young niggas you see with stress and everything, it because they terrified. And that little shit ain't gonna be like, they don't believe that a pistol gonna be enough. You feel me? What? Anyway, back to what I was saying. You about to do a wake and bake, boy. Yeah, everybody just get up and smoke a blunt too. Back to what I was saying with the AI joint and everything. Like, I just don't get it though. Cause generic means something from an origin. Something that has a relate into the origin of where it was. So I'm relating to my human origin. And when people say my shit generic, I'm like, exactly. I was making music for a human. You're a human. So you think it's generic because it relates to you. Instead of you saying, damn, I relate to this shit, you want to hear some shit that you don't relate to? You want to hear, and I never get that. People want to hear shit that is fake. Niggas want to hear niggas say, nigga, I ain't capping. And then cap. You feel me? Because I'm like, you wouldn't be finding this music and calling it generic if it didn't relate to you. And then when it's somebody that's actually went through some shit and like they know some shit and they actually like, nah, I know it. They never call my shit generic. They never call my shit generic. Niggas be trying to slime me in or some shit. Be like, bro, I just know how it be. I just know how it be sometimes. Mm-mm. I can't slow down the word that I'm allowed to say. But anyway though, that hey, making sure y'all can hear me. But anyway though, yeah. So and to tell the truth, bro, I've been putting out some of the best music a person can hear. My phone's still dead, so I can't show it to y'all. I was putting out some of the best music a person can hear on a since say you get on your phone and you look up how to make your mind better. You look up to all these. If you do this, if you read, if you, I don't know what age y'all are, I don't know where y'all coming from, but if you read, if you look at people like Bob Proctor, Earl Nightingale, Neville Goddard, Carl Jung, if you are religious, if you do study anything from Billy Carson, anybody from off of YouTube that do anything that dealing with esoteric, metaphysics, quantum physics, and religion, that's the things I just put in my music because that's the things that I care about. That's the things that I know there's a big community of people that care about too. So I make that type of music. When you come in looking for me to be an image of a rapper that's already made it, and then you say I don't follow that, but then you listen to my music and say my music sounds generic. It sounds generic because I'm only talking about the part that is you, that can be you. You know when they be like, "Who are you?" When people ask deep questions, they be like, "Who are you?" And you be like, "Oh, my name." They be like, "No, who are you?" And then you be like, "Well, my name is not that." The music that I be making is music where I'm only following the aspiration that can follow into a person, regardless of who they claim to be. So understanding themselves, fighting the doubt, fighting through fear, gaining the confidence, going through love and going through hate, understanding hate to choose love. Noticing moments you didn't choose love and ran to hate. Not nigga, I sell weed 24/7. Like what the fuck you want me to indict myself for? Like I want to be a billionaire if I do some shit. What the fuck you want to indict me for? Like why you want to hear that so much sometimes? Cause then I'm like, if I see another AI, I'm like, this nigga just did that whole shit I'm doing right now with the AI, but all he did was talk about a gun. Like I talked about a gun too, but my shit had a story. Other than just like, yeah, we ready and we strapped up. My shit had a story damn near to even make you feel and understand why a nigga go do that shit. Like, damn, hearing this shit, I mean, shit, I ain't even tripping on niggas that keeping on them sometimes and shit. I hope they tell me, but it's like, nah, the world be wicked sometimes. This nigga definitely painted a picture of why our world can be wicked without just throwing in casualties after casualties. And that's why I notice that sometimes I be getting, when I do get people that say they like it be like, bro, they don't just like it. They be like, you changed my life. Like this joint made me cry or some shit. And I don't know. It's like I could talk about shit I did. I mean, like, bro, I had fights when I was in school, leading out. I went in people's territory. I done shit. I never been locked up, and that's a blessing that I just never wanted to have. I ain't like not want that's a blessing because I never wanted to be like that. I never wanted to. I never wanted to see it or even anybody. I was like, damn, sorry, sucks. Uh, but yeah, though. And if you're subscribed, don't forget to subscribe. But I be trying to tell people all the time with my music, like, bro, it's just a biblical experience. You go listen to it, play it in your car. I promise you, you're gonna want to do what you're trying to do. You're not gonna just want to try to be like me or some shit like when you hear nigga music and you might relate. You're not gonna relate easy sometimes because the parts that you might relate is the parts that you trying to hide. And that's the thing where I'm like, my music is pure. Sometimes I get so crazy. I'm like, bro, I don't even be caring about what I say. But then there's like majority of the time, I'm like, nah. I know I want my music to be heard, not by niggas just my age by niggas older than me. I wanted it to be heard by niggas 10 years younger than me. Like, coming into the world now and then finding it 5 years later and be like, at the point of where I'm hearing it, I have a new way of looking at. I have something that can explain all scenarios through different ways, and then allow you to come to your customization of who you truly are and bring that to the world. Cause there'll be times when I just be on live and nigga be like, "Go get a job." There's nothing that I'm showing you that I want to become that has that as the fourth factor, and it never says that I don't. You feel me? Niggas see me trying to promote this, play my music, and I'm not focused on nigga. I'm really trying to explain how to keep going because I'm still going. I'll come up here, promote my joint and everything, and somebody sometimes will drop in a comment, "Go get a job." That is something they want. But why they on my live watching me try to pursue something I want and then tell me to fall off of what I want? I don't understand that. I don't understand how we'll go on YouTube and we'll see all these people do all these things that we never tried. And we be like, man, that's crazy. Or it's like, lucky them. And then we'll see somebody take the same steps, and until they hit that part, we'll do all this negative talk. You feel me? Why? Really? That's what I said. What made you click the video? What made you click the video? Like, people forget they also get sold. So you turn on, when you used to watch TV, everything used to be TV, and before it was streaming service, you turn on your TV, and we all know the Geico, we all know all these commercials and everything, right? What's the smart thing to do? If you want somebody to also just get your insurance, think about the Verizon joke. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? And then when the niggas switch, niggas for another phone service bought the Verizon nigga. Why they buy the Verizon nigga and use the nigga in their ad? So that the Verizon nigga will bring people that like Verizon to the other carrier. You feel me? So that's what they do. How did Soulja Boy become famous? How did even Drake become famous? The caption of this jump literally brought the people that's in here. And that's the thing about it. And at least I'm honest about it. The person will be sold so many times on some, I ain't gonna say it up here because sometimes people be doing shit. But you know what it is. But anyway, I'm trying to say is, like I said, when I started, I mostly just listen to myself and I put my music out so people can find it. But to give people a chance to find it, I would use AI. And instead of the person coming to listen to the song, people will come with different agendas already. And that's when I was like, yo, social media is funny. The internet is funny. Because there's ninjas in that motherfucker. But this should be funny because when you click a link, when you click a video off the title and the name of it was Drake, and then you come with whatever narrative you trying to play, oh, crazy Drake fan, hate Drake fan, it's like, that made you click it though. That made you click it. When I was talking earlier about everything that person was saying about, oh, this is trash because it's Drake. This is trash. When I was releasing songs I never released, but I just made them, went ahead and dropped them in AI version. People saying this song is trash because it's Drake. This song is trash because it's AI. Nobody rarely said the song is trash because of the words. They never said that. They said it was trash because they said it was generic. But then the meaning of generic is related to origin. An origin that we all come from, because I don't care how everybody try to play it. and be like they a demon and everything. They're human. They're mortal. They're people. They can access negative energy and be like a demon, or they can access positive energy and be like a god. You feel me? But no wonder what? I get it, I guess. But at the end of the day, they're still people. So when I'm making a song that's talking about that person aspect, and all you can do is bash on the part that everybody else bash about. It's like this dude right here, where it's like Drake, Drake, Drake. That's never the point. That was never the topic. That was never the topic. But you was already so sold for all the years that have passed on Drake. I'm trying to sell you music about you, where if you listen to the song, you can put yourself in it. You can put yourself in it to a point where it's like, if you even want to do music, you're going to be like, look, I got a story I want to say too, because that's what my music did. My music made you feel like your story can sound as good because it sounds like what I'm saying. Not that it's because it's Drake. But I put a Drake AI and put Drake in the title because that's what you think is the only thing that's winning. The only thing that people care about. The only thing that people think is funny and everything, because that's what you think is trending and what people care. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, oh, okay, boom. It's something about Drake. Look, if I want to be a part of the convo and everything, bash Drake because, you know, everybody got an opinion about Drake. So then either my opinion would be 50% right, 50% wrong, but my opinion won't go like if I raise my hand in class and the teacher ignored it because it's something people care about. But then when I go and be like, look, there's aspects of my music that has a similarity to you. You could come in saying shit about you. However you view wherever you are. And you're like, nah, I don't want to do that. I'd rather just talk about Diddy. Because Diddy, in some sense, talking about Diddy makes me feel like I'm going to get a sense of I know what's going around. I know what's, it don't mean nothing, bro. That shit is the shit that they make you think about. This whole case with Diddy is like, just to bring it, it don't matter. Every time you go and look it up, be like, boom. You can't change the shit he's already done, and you can't act like he's not a replica. Not a replica like he a clone, but there's people just like him. Niggas don't got to be throwing all white parties to be doing the same activities. There's girls that do it. Literally probably in the industry too. But instead of we're getting a moment where it's like the world is more opening up about the things that are Diddy nature around, and people telling their people, just people, not just all celebrities, people feeling like they should tell their story. They're not feeling that. They're feeling like it's either you can bash Diddy right now and feel like you're included, or you can be for Diddy right now and feel like you're included. Not know you can tell your own experience in your scenario to where you feel like you're in Diddy's shoes, or you feel like you're in the shoes of where Diddy did to people. Social media, most of the time, narratives and when things get viral, never play like that. That's when I'm like, yo, when I drop my music, if you feel it's generic, nigga, that's how you supposed to feel, because generic means of origin. The origin we all come from. The same fucking origin we all come from, because we're all humans. That, at least if you're on this shit and you're watching what I'm saying, or you was able to cross paths to find out about it. So then go and feel the same story. Go and tell it. Go and live it. Go and share it. You feel me? Like if it was like somebody was like, the generic part was, oh, I gotta grind and everything. Well, ain't you? Ain't you the same? You came into the world and the same whatever. What, you lost this person, you had this person, you had this wealth, you didn't have this wealth. At the end of the day, they were still telling you, hey, you gotta find a way to keep going. You gotta find a way to get rid of these thoughts and keep going. And then what I'm saying, it creates an atmosphere where if it was the viral thing talked about, it'll be people being not just going around saying, oh man, look at how this nigga kept going. It'll be more saying, hey, I can understand how this nigga kept going because I remember a time when I had to do this and everything. It's okay for you to talk about. It'll be something it's okay for you to talk about. It's something that'll be okay for you to grow. The things that we are repeatedly pushing are the things that we're like, oh, let's hate this, let's hate this. Always, sometimes to a sense, never really builds value back into the person, is what I'm saying. And it's never generic enough for the person to be able to come back and be like, yo, this seed or this moment of time, I came out with a reflection of myself at the end of it. It's never like that. It's like we see Drake, the shit with Drake and Kendrick and everything. Is like, damn, for a period of time, I got to see an artist that I listened to a whole lot just get rapped at. And everybody hated them for one moment, but everybody loved them for one moment. I was on one moment I fucked with them, one moment I hated them. That was it. That was it. Same thing with R. Kelly. Same thing was like, hey, there was a moment when everybody loved him, there was a moment when everybody hated him. That was it. You know? Because then if somebody came out and started making music from the perspective of the people that was did anything by those people, it wouldn't be given the same narrative. Like if somebody made a perspective of explaining more, say one of the people that was at the Diddy party, explain the career path to the Diddy party and everything in their music and push that, then people will be more into opening up about their moments of where they walked at and saw similar things of where they saw it initially. Not know there's probably like a lot of hidden case files of hella celebrities that was at Diddy party that nobody's sharing because that's not the case. We're seeing how you hate and rock with Diddy. We're not actually gaining the story of Diddy to come back and relate to the people that's of the world. We're just seeing that everything fucked up that he did, and that's when it goes into like it's just marketing. They're just marketing good and bad right now. There's nothing in it that's truly like people. They're just marketing good and the negative energy of it. So then at the end of the day, when it's like boom, when I'm able to put Drake into the title of what just the live, I just put Drake in the title of the live, you'll click it not because you're gaining anything from Drake. You just clicked it because you know people are either hating against Drake or they're rocking with Drake right now. And to me, I'm like, that's cool, but at the same sense, it's like, I'd rather get that entertainment from like a show, maybe. Just a show. And see, that's what I was saying. All right, so you would think the narrative would be about what's that girl Williams? What's that girl Williams that had the talk show? Like her face and everything. The light skinned girl that had the talk show, Wendy Williams. If this shit was really the way of how I'm trying to say it could be, you would have more stories like Wendy Williams coming out, where you will be able to hear Wendy Williams' story of, and it would be a forefront, and it would just not just be just hers, where it was like people went against with Diddy, and Diddy tried the shit that he did, and then they still made a career. You feel me? They still made a career. Or you'll still hear the stories of the people that did do the things with Diddy, and they'll come out and they'll be saying things, and they'll be like, "This is how I turned it around." You're not getting that. What you're getting is the sense of, this is hidden tea. These are things that make this person different from you. You feel me? So what you do, you can play a third person view and be like, look at that nigga. He got 1,000 bottles of baby oil. But then you'll turn and look on your dresser and you got one bottle. So then you'll be on the point of like, man, that nigga got 1,000 bottles. He crazy. What the fuck? He crazy. Like, weirdo, freaky ass nigga. And it's like, you can be like that. You should be like that. But then on the other end, right? I know I like to have a threesome with two women right now. And shit, if the numbers can keep going up, let them keep going up. I wouldn't want to put them in sex trafficking and shit like that, nah. But I would let it keep going up. Like I would let the number keep going up, and then if one bottle of baby oil ain't enough, it ain't enough. I'm gonna go up with a number on baby oil. If I wanted to keep, if I'm like shit, some of these bitches dry. I don't know. I don't truly know why he needed that much. But that's the point where they're trying to push. Like, why this nigga needed so much fucking baby oil? Not the mind of it, to the point where it feels like, oh man, this is just another story of a motherfucker that did the same thing that this nigga did 20 years ago, and then this nigga did 20 years ago, and then this nigga did 20 years ago. So then we're able to relate to the story and understand the point of view. Nah, it won't. Somebody just brought it up. But same thing, it's on to the idea like Drake. We'll see Drake, right? And I move to Drake. We're here think about the Drake and Kendrick joint. It's like ha. It's his finally time to talk against Drake. Finally, somebody can knock him over and everything. But really, we also could be looking at it like when the people at the top, there's always a moment when they'll go against you. Like that, the same narrative Drake's going through is kind of like in The Prince, I think, or Julius Caesar, just not with death. So then when you think about it, it's like, could I put Julius Caesar in the caption and get people in here like I could get Drake, where they'll relate to it, or they'll want to know? Will people be in here saying, "Man, fuck that nigga Julius Caesar"? Maybe, maybe, maybe. But what I'm really trying to say is, I always be feeling like music is not a lot of times relating to the people no more. I just think people want to be associated with the thing that's the topic. So they'll just play good or negative or positive off of where their mind normally runs. So if a person normally thinks negative or jokey light, they'll associate with the trend and they'll just throw troll comments in, not actually gaining anything from the joke, not gaining no perspective of mind about the joke. Versus if it was like, boom, I put this joke like if it was a lesson on how to gain wealth, right? And wealth dealt with your mind state of being. And at the end of it, you was like, whatever your point of view was, what if it was negative, bad, you knew one thing. Your point of view about it was making you think about that subject. You know what I'm saying now? So when I say, if my music is generic to the idea of grinding, what if you're thinking good or bad about it, I'm making you think about grinding and get into what you want. When they hit you with this subject and everything, I use this as a marketing tool to bring it in, but when you're keep trying to bring it back to it, all you're trying to do is, if I take it to a place of, all right, let's analyze one of my songs and let's talk about how a person can follow their dreams even through doubt. Because TDY means they doubted you. TDY can also mean the dream's yours. Instead of more goes into that, a person to throw in, oh, he looked like he fuck with Drake heavy. So then another person is like, that was waiting for the, well, how can I put my mind more into thinking of my own ways of going through what I'm going through and not doubting? Just to have that thought. I don't even got to be right. Just you thinking it in your own head is like, oh, the conversation is about grinding. What things do I do? Like, you could literally blink me out for a little, like a second, and be like, what things do I do where I consider grinding? Oh yeah, I do this and do this. Versus the conversation is, damn, they bodied Drake. Damn, Drake's doing this. Drake doing this. That Drake is trash. Since Drake is trash, I don't want to listen to it. Since everybody against Drake, I don't want to listen to it. Be against Drake right now. We can't rock with Drake. That has no role to the progress of you. It's just like, it's like a clutter thought. And then it's like, once it dies down, you're just gonna have another clutter thought pop up later. Or if it was R. Kelly to P. Diddy, where it was like, none of the narratives or everything, it was cool to know about it, but it took them so long for them to give you a documentary where you could sit there and be like, okay, I understand how this aspect could make this person this person. Have I ever had this aspect in myself? And to move away from it. Right now, we're just trolling the scenario. Even with the Lil Wayne jump thing, we haven't actually heard Wayne come and say it from his own mouth to go and be like, well, how does he truly feel about it? We have all these other narratives from everybody else, and it's just on the first idea that they gave. You know what I'm saying? It's just the first idea that they gave. And I don't know, maybe it's that when I look on Apple News and they say that the scientists are studying how the subconscious affects the world, to where I'm like, the world's finally catching up to the shit that I felt I understood when I read the Bible. I understood to the point where I was like, all right, boom, I want to make songs like this. So that when you listen to the songs, regardless of if you don't like it or you do like it, if you do address the words, not anything else, if you address the words and you put your mind on not liking or liking the words, you are going to put yourself in. And it's going to be something beneficial. All right, so let's say I got a song where it's like, know yourself. And I'm talking about all the aspects that where it's like I had to take moments of time to know myself and grow. And the person saying, yo, this joint's fire. They fucking with it. They saying they fucking with it, and when they listen to it, the thoughts, when they say they fuck with it and they think I fuck with this in their head, they analyze the word, a sentence, a statement. That statement, they analyze it in their head. And if that statement had the value of knowing themselves, and they said I fuck with it, they're walking away with not saying, oh, I just left a compliment. They're left with a new subconscious thought of you should go know yourself. You know what I'm saying? You should go know yourself. Versus also when a person be like, man, I don't like this shit, this soft shit. They walking away subconsciously with the same song lyric. They be like, man, I don't like this shit. Know yourself. Know why you don't like it. Then you go listen to everything. You like, man, Diddy some weird shit. Would I use 1,000 bottles of baby oil? Like, that's what y'all getting. That's what, like, that's how I'm really, because I'm like, it's all going, it wouldn't be here if it didn't trickle through everybody. And that's what I'm saying. At this moment where it's Drake and Kendrick and everything, it's like Kendrick, Drake ain't nothing but the Super Bowl and everything. Man, they hating Drake. Hate Drake. Like, that's it. That's all I'm seeing is that you can walk away from with that. The name of the album is Redemption. Right? You go play 1 30-second and be like, nah, not the type of music I like. In your subconscious mind, when you walk away, redemption. Not that you even gotta dwell on it and everything, go deeper into it. The word right there is enough for it to be like, say you go through your day and everything, you like, if it popped back up on your mind in a negative, on a negative thought, man, I was playing this album, man, this joint, I ain't even fuck with it. It was called Redemption. Then you can put yourself in a frequency, a vibe where you can see how many scenarios of redemption until you find a version of redemption you fuck with. Now with the trends, shit, I'm saying the most people do walk into the store and shit, they might find baby oil on display and think, oh shit, Diddy. You'll be in a moment where you'll literally be in a moment where it's like, boom, man, on your in your own life, you're like, man, I need redemption. And then you'll think to yourself off of that, I don't remember an album called Redemption. And then that's when the thing will click and connect where it's like, okay, this is where the feed is being fed. This is something where it's like, oh, in my own life, I actually came to a view where it's like, I want to view that. And it mattered to like your own redemption. What if it's just you playing the game? Red Dead Redemption, it make you think about it again. It was like, I'm about to enjoy this game. And play the game like I'm actually doing some type of journey for myself, for a goal. And redemption. And that's why I'm like, bro, when I make a song with I use some things for marketing, but if that's the main thing you saying that you don't like, you're missing the point. There's so many good things that enter to your subconscious mind that later on you probably won't even realize it. Because it's not gonna be a forefront. I'm not saying I'm changing nobody's life, but I'm like, if I'm like in the song I'm talking about, regardless whatever happened, keep going, keep going. You're like, man, I don't like this soft shit, man. I need to hear that gangster shit, right? And then you go play all that gangster shit and everything. You be like, yeah, riding around hood shit. And then at a moment when everything quiet, and that little lyric that I said linger in your brain, at the same moment where you're trying to do better. You don't gotta accept it now, but that you let it come in is there. Versus you flooding all the perspectives of what's going on with the Diddy situation. And like I said earlier, you walk into a Walmart, CVS, whatever, and while you walking down the aisle, the first thing that catch your eye is some baby oil. You're like, man, Diddy freaky ass is in here grabbing all this shit. That ain't got nothing to gain from. I don't got nothing to gain. I got a song called Family of Benji. You go and everything, somebody be like, hey, yo, I got the blue hundreds on you. Somebody just hold 100 to your face. You're like, man, I got a Benji, nigga. I got 100. You think Family of Benji. If you listen to the song and you did catch all the lyrics, or even if you just associate with that title and name, it makes you, in a sense, thinking, fill the family with Benjis. Or have a wallet full of Benjis. Not one, but get multiple. And you could have been like, man, fuck this song. This song was trash. But every time a person say Benji, it make you think family of Benji. And then you could think either having a family full of Benjis or fill the family up with Benjis. It's like associating with the words when you hear it, whether if you like it or don't like it, because it's all generic. It's supposed to be generic. That's why one person be like, why is your music generic? Because it's a self-reflecting song. You supposed to be like, damn, later on in the day, or weeks later on, when I think of something and I'm getting into that mood, for some reason, I thought about that time when I was on YouTube. You might not even truly be associated with the thought. You could be scrolling on YouTube another day, but you're in a state of mind saying, man, I'm a grind. I'm a grind. And then if you were subscribed, or if I'm posting at that time, my video pop up and I'm playing a song. And you like, man, I've been playing straight gangster music all week. I ain't trying to hear that. I'm trying to find something that's like really like straight up telling me. But you heard one lyric get through. You heard like one lyric get through. And you like that one lyric, when you finally get to that point where it's like, you locking in on ground and everything, that lyric probably be the thing that go through the back of your mind and your subconscious anyway. When you think about grinding. Because you wouldn't have found it at that time. I don't know. That's just how I be thinking about shit. If it don't make sense to some, I ain't gonna say it ain't not crazy, but yeah. Like, think about when you listen to a song where it's about sex in the club and everything. It puts you in the mood for sex. And then when you think about sex again, you think about that song. And when you think about that song, you think about sex. When you see Baby Oil, you think about Diddy. How much is that, bro? Because there's not a lot of stories where it's like, where if you see, you might sometimes see a scenario where it's like a person with a lot of money dealing with somebody, and then you be thinking, oh, here it goes, another Diddy situation and everything. But they don't show you no healing. They don't show you no healing. So shit, what you gonna do? Just be like, watch it play out and wait for the baby boy to pile up. That's the most you got. That's the most you got, because if your mind can create the world and the universe, you have no subconscious thought on the healing and fixing of it. Because that's not no narrative nobody playing. You're just you're example. You hear me? Like, do you hear me? Bro, do you hear me, sleepy homie? Cause you're asleep. Like, do you hear me? Like, do you hear me? Because I'm over here reading your comment. I'm over here like, bro, you're saying what I'm saying. You said it. You literally said the same thing I'm saying back, though. But by just saying it's about me, I'm saying, okay, what do you think about when you hear Diddy? Because you didn't assume no other thought. You could have came in and said, when I hear Diddy, I think about Bad Boys. But you didn't. You just followed up on the thought of that. You said when you think about Diddy, you think about, but because that's the point that you're trying to go, the same narrative. We're going to either trash Diddy or we're going to be with Diddy. That's the only narrative. That's the only narrative. And that's what I'm saying. You're still going to follow with the only narrative because that's the only thing that your subconscious mind is holding. You're not, everything that I just said, it went back into your brain. So you're holding that. But that's the forefront because that's what the trend is. You can go off this video and find it again. And something else in that scenario because it's on the news. But what you're not going to associate and try to just put to the forefront of what I'm truly saying is that if I say I made a song about grinding and get into what you want to have, regardless of doubt, when you're in a mode of feeling like, man, they really doubted me, I'm about to grind, that's when you're going to think about, oh, that's what this dude thinks about. When you're locked in on that mindset and when you're locked in on saying, okay, nah, everything got to be focused on it. When you're focused on in the back of your head what else is going on negative with celebrities, that'll be the first thing you care about that's coming out my mouth. Subconsciously, you might still get the other information. And when you tune into caring about the other information, maybe you'll pop into the chat asking questions about that. But that's all, and this because that's what we're being repeatedly fed, like clusterfucks of moments. So if it wasn't Diddy, it'll be R. Kelly. You feel me? And that'll be the thing that I could literally talk a whole hour about positivity and trying to focus your energy because what you let into your mind repeat is what you think about. And try to think about something that'll still benefit you 10 years later, regardless of if the only thought was to grind. Versus you had 10 years of it was Diddy, then it was R. Kelly, then it was Bill Cosby, then it was this shit. Then it was this shit. And that's the thing. Then you're going to get in the comment and then it's like one person could say their name. And now you know how you want to get in the comment. You feel what I'm saying? Like when you raise your hand to the teacher, it's like everybody was in there quiet talking and everything going on. And yeah, this is how, metaphysics work and, thoughts sometimes affect reality and stuff and everything. The same way, if you look at how Diddy look, he got everything he wanted and he believed he get everything he wanted. Hey, did he fuck with baby oil? Like that's the shit. That's the where your mind go and clamps and hold. Subconsciously, when you start caring about all that shit as a forefront, then everything else that was in the class start to pop up. Everything else that was mentioned starts to pop up. But nah, normally, like I said, you'll walk into a CVS and instead of walking down the aisle and you'll notice how maybe one brand has redemption in it in the same sense. And you be like, oh, well, I wonder why this joint has redemption in it. You'll walk down the aisle and you'll see a baby oil and then you'll think Diddy. You see what I'm saying? And then when you feel what I'm saying? That's what I'm really trying to say. That's really what I'm trying to say. Oh, I think my jump disconnected. And this all came from, and it'd be a marketing thing. It'd be a marketing thing sometimes, but it's like sometimes it don't have no fruit. Like when I made the song and I said it was a Drake song, and I just AI'd my voice, and I got people to come in instantly within like 2 days, and whether they was most of the Jones were saying, "Dang, this ain't Drake. This ain't this AI bad," or they believed it was Drake, and they just like, "Man, Drake, give it up. Don't do it again, man. Drake, Kendrick already killed you." And that's the forefront. But if they listen to the words and their idea was on hearing what was being said, and everyone was hearing what was being said, they would have walked away being like, Drake don't even talk about this stuff anyway. So they would have just known it won't Drake off of that. They were like, Drake don't talk about this stuff. Why did this song have moments of vulnerability, but the song didn't end out with being vulnerable? Why in the same song, it was never storytelling, But in the same song, it was perspective switching. In the same song, it was never storytelling, perspective switching. So it was focusing on this to focusing on that. Why he do that? Why in the song he was talking about noticing how y'all ain't rocking with me, always never on my end. And to the same song, I could see how many stayed. I can see the love from my friends. In the same song, that was so basic and type corny. But in the same song, but within spaces of maybe one verse to the second verse. And if you was to put that in your subconscious and everything, in that moment, what if it was like, shit, you was just feeling traded by a coworker. Like, dang, nigga, you really got me rolling up and everything. But then it's like, you go and you listen to the song, or you just randomly scrolling through your mind like how people do through the day, just whatever thought pop up. And then that thought pop up with the second verse where it's like, nah, there's good moments, I still have good friends, whatever. You don't get that. You'll be in a stressful moment, like, man, how the fuck did this happen? And then you go turn on your song, and the song tell you to murder. And then you be like, man, this nigga think I'm pussy anyway. How the fuck this nigga gonna get me? This nigga really think this nigga know I'm a demon? Like, and then you know subconsciously, you know, like either you about to crash out trying to prove some shit that at the end of the day, if you was like to really just go, bro, you know you ain't gonna be where you wanna be. You know you ain't gonna be able to turn away. You gonna have to repeatedly do it. You gonna kill a nigga for testing you because they pissed you off. Now you gonna be in jail doing it again and 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 again because now you're fucked up in the subconscious with that thought because that's what you went and played at the same stressful time and that's what you had. That's what you had access to. Or you a motherfucker that regularly uses. Now this is funny though. This is funny. You a motherfucker that regularly uses. I don't know if y'all coming in now. If y'all understand, y'all know what I'm saying. What I'm about to say. Or you a motherfucker that regularly uses baby oil, and now you feel subconscious about using fucking baby oil. This is the forefront shit. You feel me? You beefing with your girl, and then you go and you be like, damn, shit. Cardi B got fucked too. While she was like, that's the forefront. Just giving you more ways to think on your negative thought when it hit. Because it ain't no messages of another side. They ain't actually sending the message of, you know what, I'm letting one side of my energy go out too much. I did have love for you. You feel me? And then somebody being able to look at it from the third person point of view and be like, damn, even a celebrity will get cheated on, but shit, they did have true love. Like, now we all looking at it like, nah, they were probably just fucking around the whole time. So then if a person, like I said, that lingers in the thought, when that moment comes to they looking at their girl the same way, they gonna be like, man, this shit, she probably fucking over on me the same way Cardi B fucking over on Offset. The money don't matter. Because that's all you, like, that's the only narrative you got to think about. What you think of, and they literally just said in the news that they are studying how the subconscious affects the universe. So I make a song, and I sneak you a song with a positive message, and the only thing people care about is that it's AI, and how people gave a negative thought to AI. But that shit don't even equate to anything though. You can think about and ponder it on it, but it's as much as pondering on Diddy with baby oil. It has no, it equates to nothing. It equates to nothing 4 years later. But if you went and sat there and focused on the lyrics, you can come back looking at it like, man, that nigga really ain't where, like, it won't mine. It ain't my type of shit. You feel me? You can still walk away, but like, it's not my type of shit. But then when you get to the vibe of being like, all right, look, I'm trying to actually change my perspective, you have that in your subconscious to be like, oh, there's a place where I can make this help be my perspective. Or I can either grow, because I'm not saying my perspective is 100% right. I'm saying my perspective is a human growth perspective. Because that's what I saw the Bible as. If Jesus was supposed to be the Son of God, and he can only be the person to go to God, Jesus was the only person in the Bible. Jesus is just the perfect example of serenity, of being serene to what you see and going deeper and bringing it out. inside, going inside and bringing it out. But then there's hella stories of everybody that struggled to do this. You feel me? Feel me? Sometimes I believe if you even know like the Bible and anything, sometimes I believe David couldn't go into the could not build the kingdom because David knew too much war. You can't if the kingdom dealt with like how you go into I bet. If the kingdom dealt with like somewhere it's like meditating your mind and seeing beauty around you, how could you see beauty around you when you just been in like 100 battles and shit? You're like, yeah, there's a lot of beauty, but I remember when there was blood on that leaf. All these leaves you trying to show me make nature. I remember there was so much blood on it. So it's like you come back to the sense where if that is a perspective that you have right now, if you only being fed the same thing repetitive, you're just gonna be like, let's put more blood on the leaves. But if you want to see another side, you have to open up to the other side. You have to let your mind be able to be fed a different thought on it, because that's not what we're getting right now. Like we're really not getting that a lot right now. And then that's when people realize, nah, your name is your name, but you have a you. Like you are completely different. And that's when a person says my music is generic, it should be generic because it's only accessing to the part of things that we can be the same at. And then you take that part and then you go be you. If all you hear is a song saying grind, and you like, I don't really need all that, it's generic. I'm trying to hear something about literally being rich and killing niggas. Maybe in 20 years you'll be rich and you'll be killing niggas. But on the other end, maybe you would have been rich just off of the thought of grinding. You feel what I'm saying? In 20 years, shit. You might walk into your kitchen 20 years and you'll walk into your kitchen and you'll walk into a store 20 years later and you'll see a box of them with a new box of shipment that unloaded in a truck in a CVS somewhere. And you'll see a box or something and you'll see the brand and you'll know the brand name and you'll think baby oil and you'll be like, oh yeah, remember the Diddy shit? That's where your mind will run to. And it has no point. It has no point. Then when you go and you listen to a song like, say one Lucas Graham. Let's take it off rap. Lucas Graham, 7 years old. You don't even gotta like that song, but you'll literally go through ages and you'll start to think of, hey, this shit the same with him as me at this moment right now. What if it was like, oh, I'm 14 finding some friends right now? Huh? I mean, I ain't Lucas Graham, but hey, I'm 14 finding some friends right now. It's crazy. And then you can actually, it's a good thought. It's a good thought of you finding friends at that age. It's like, sometimes there's people 14 or like 30, they don't even go and do that. They don't even think about that. Like some niggas be shut-ins. Some girls be shut-ins. Then they'll play that song and they be like, okay, they can go do that. Because that song was already from a perspective of how do I do it. Who the fuck is calling that generic? That shit is generic. That because it's from origin, we all got to do it. Sometimes you don't have the parent to ask, but then that's when it's like, who you're able to go and give that story. But we don't got that. We got the shit that we can listen to and really fester ourselves with the hatred that's going to really just make us crash out. Let me think. Let's say if what's that nigga name? That murder nigga name? I can't even because I don't care about him that much. But let's say a famous murderer, right? Let's say a famous murderer dropped music today, right? And it was overly promoted because his murders, they like how they do the Ted Bundy, whatever, like how they do the same way they did the case trials at the same time. The nigga released songs. Not only will at that point in time females when they go out at night be more thinking like, oh man, I'm gonna be like somebody's gonna rape and do all this and murder them. Guys gonna also think in their self subconsciously, I might get viewed that way. Then if it goes to the aspect of music, you might get so locked into listening to the song that you actually want to do it. And then somebody go on the comments and they'll be saying, "Oh man, you look like they'll feed and you look like this person from this," or they'll come back and comment and be like, "Oh, you look like you participate in this," or they'll come and comment saying, "Hey, I'm really read a lot into this, or I read a lot into this," knowing that none of this shit adds up to anything good, heavy, like crazy. It's literally a cluttered thought still. Even if you don't manifest anything of that nature into your own world, it was just a clutter thought. It was like literally things that you could not change at that moment. Anyway, after it was already done. And, but anyway, though, go check out the album. TDY Flacko Redemption. Out now on all platforms. If you heard anything I say and feeling what I'm saying, go listen to the song. The first song is called Letter to My Fans. If what I was saying is what I'm saying, you listen to the song and everything. My perspective of the song Letter to My Fans is that I'm finally finding the people that understand what I'm trying to say. I'm finally reaching them. You will get to a point where I feel like everybody feels like that. So I feel like it's universal. I feel like everybody feels like that, and I feel like it doesn't take away down the road or anything. Because even if it's just like you're a person working 24/7 and you just got a girl or whatever, when you get, or you just a kid, when you get your full family, or you just get your full friend group, or you get to the place where you like, this is where I'm gonna stay for hella years, it's like it's the same thing. It's the same feeling. So it's like when you listen to it and everything, it's a sense of dwelling on either a future moment that you'll get to, or a sense of just accepting that the moment that you would like to have is already now, and it's not a bad moment. You hear me? Like imagine if Mike Tyson made music and you listen to Mike Tyson heavy, niggas would be boxing like a motherfucker. Niggas will see a TV show and be like, nah, see, look, Mike said you drop down and hit him with the left hook, then come with the straight jab. He didn't do that. And that'll be lingering in their mind, just like techniques and things, even if they're not even acting them out. It's like just little things like nigga pick up a piece of salt. Shit, if I had really grabbed it a little bit different, it would have been a jab. Just off of just repetitively listening to Mike Tyson, and if Mike Tyson was still how he is in the boxing world, spoke how he did into the music. So what I'm saying, this narrative that they're giving, you really think they're bashing and letting out shit? Nah, they're probably making 40 more motherfuckers like that in the future. Even if it's just the Dan Snyder scenario. Yeah, they think they're really cleaning up and everything about it and everything, but probably not. It's probably gonna make another. It's probably gonna be another Dan Snyder in the future anyway, because they're not really cleaning it up. They're not on a thought. There's no narrative being made. Ain't nobody's making something where it's like we're trying to change it. We're doing a perspective of letting people know a way to go away from it. You just got a couple people telling their stories and where it's like they told it so late. It's like damn, you told it so late. It's like fuck. It's just something to talk about. It's just a clutter thought now because it's so fucking late. But anyway, though, thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like and comment and check out the album out now. TDY Flacko Redemption on all platforms.